Thank you very much. Our national chairman, let me recognize former Deputy Senate President, distinguished Senator Ledani, and all other members, Ambassador Dalmagu, all other members of the Reconciliation Committee of our party, which was duly and properly set up and endorsed by the neck of our party since 2013, right? Was it 2013 or 2014? 2014. Mr. Chairman, we are here, party leaders, I recognize you all. We are here to consult you and other leaders of our party as part of our ongoing efforts at building peace, promoting consensus, promoting reconciliation, which is the purpose of our committee. Since the sad developments culminating in several court cases and disagreements in our party, as you are aware, sir, this committee under my chairmanship has been in touch with you, with other stakeholders, with a view to finding an amicable resolution of the crisis. Regrettably, in spite of all our best efforts, we are not alone in this. Several other well-meaning Nigerian leaders, well-meaning leaders of our party, feeling concerned also at different times intervene to try to make peace. Now, peace building, consensus building, promoting reconciliation is an ongoing business. As you are aware, last week, a few days ago, the Court of Appeal gave a decision affirming you as our national chairman. The Reconciliation Committee of our party, since that development, has been in touch with various stakeholders and leaders of our party. And we believe that just as we resolved at the meeting of governors with the former president, we believe very strongly that without prejudice to anybody's right to pursue whatever legal course of action that one may feel one may feel strongly about, we believe that this recent development has created yet another window for our party to get its acts together. That's created a fresh opportunity for peace, for consensus building, and for reconciliation. And since that development, and since the meeting of the former president with governors, whereupon we all agreed on the imperative of a political solution as the way forward, our committee has been in touch with various stakeholders, sir. And we are here to consult you. We are here to consult other leaders of our party. We are here to share some thoughts with you on what we believe is our humble template for peace and for reconciliation moving forward. We believe that litigations do not promote harmony and unity in a political party. We believe that we political leaders, especially within the context of our political party, in the circumstances we have found ourselves in, believe that leaders, as we have always said publicly, should try as much as possible to live above the personal interests and then put the overall interests and well-being of our party as far as the resolution of this disputes in our party is concerned. And therefore, building upon the judgment of the Court of Appeal, which We believe, as I said earlier, it is a fresh window of opportunity for our party to put our acts together and without prejudice. There were ongoing disputes. The Reconciliation Committee is here with our humble template, which we believe, if followed with sincerity of purpose and with commitment and dedication to the overall interests of our party and the need to strengthen and deepen our democracy, bearing in mind the need to rescue this country from the misgovernance, misrule, and dictatorship of the party in power. We feel that it has become imperative for political leaders and leaders of our party to work for peace, work for an amicable resolution. Mr. Chairman, this committee is encouraged by your public pronouncements since the Court of Appeal verdict that, as far as we are concerned, it's a victory for our party and all are winners and there are no losers. We feel very encouraged about that. We feel that is the right approach. And we are also further encouraged by your public statements and by all statements of officials and leaders around you that you are irrevocably committed to holding a national convention of our party as soon as practicable. That is very encouraging. Your committee has taken all of this into account. And we are here, we have spoken with so many stakeholders and leaders of our party. There is no pretense that the proposal we are presenting to you is a silver bullet that will cure every and all ills and challenges. But it's our humble effort, after consulting a wide range of leaders and stakeholders of our party, after mobilizing opinion of stakeholders to support the peace process as the only realistic and practical step moving forward of our party. We are here to propose these, make these humble proposals to you, Mr. Chairman, for your consideration. Firstly, we restate our commitment again to the pursuit of a political solution as the best option for resolving the ongoing challenges facing our party. This we say without prejudice, as I said earlier, to any ongoing judicial process, which will take care of itself. Secondly, we feel, sir, that there is need to provide a template that will ultimately culminate in the holding of a unity national convention as soon as possible. A national convention where all stakeholders and leaders and opinion leaders will be involved, and that will give hope and rekindle the enthusiasm that millions and millions, the teeming millions of Nigerians and lovers of Nigeria have for our party as the only hope for Nigeria's democracy. Accordingly, Mr. Chairman, the Reconciliation Committee is here to propose for your kind consideration that you and your team should, as soon as possible, consult stakeholders, the appropriate stakeholders, and following this template, with adjustments here and there, set up a national convention planning committee that should not be like other ones before now, which we believe is part of the reason we are in the situation we are in as a party. We feel that this template should cut across consultations from all strata of opinion and should comprise the following. The proposed convention planning committee should have 7 governors of our party. We should also have 7 serving senators of our party, including the Deputy Senate President. It should have 12 members of the House of Representatives of our party who are currently serving, representing the 6 political zones. Mr. Chairman, we are also proposing that this committee should have 6 members of the Board of Trustees of our party. It should have also the 6 serving National Vice Chairmen of our party, whose elections were conducted, affirmed, ratified before the disagreements arose in the party. We are suggesting that this committee should have 3 chairmen of our party per zone. We are also suggesting that 6 serving speakers of houses of assembly of ours controlled by our state, who are leaders of the legislatures of the states, should also be part of this. In addition, we are also proposing that 6 former governors and then National Assembly presiding officers, former National Assembly presiding officers, who are still members of our party. And seated by my immediate right is one of them. Thank you. And our party has so many leaders like that, produced over the years. We feel those who are still part of our party should be involved. Mr. Chairman, our party has always been known for carrying women along. So we are proposing also that 6 women leaders, notable women leading our party from their various zones, should also be carried along in that committee. Similarly, our party is known for carrying youth of our country along in decision-making processes. So we are suggesting that 6 members, 6 youth leaders of the party should be involved. Mr. Chairman, whereas former ministers are not a formally recognized body recognized by the laws of our party, yet the fact remains that our party has been creating leaders in this country from 1998 till now. And there are so many leaders who are former ministers from all the states. And for those who are members of our party, even in this trying time, we feel that they should be considered, 6 of them should be considered to serve in this committee. Mr. Chairman, we feel also that in addition to all of these, 12 notable members should be nominated by you in consultation with stakeholders from the various zones to constitute the proposed National Convention Planning Committee. The reason we have made this elaborate presentation cutting across all strata of leadership of our party, Mr. Chairman, is to enable all leaders of our party and stakeholders play a role in the decisions that will be taken leading up to the renewal of our party, so that we can reposition, reorganize, and then get ready to mobilize Nigerians to rescue our country. We want to thank you for the public statements you have made, which have rekindled hope that at the new National Convention, our party will have an opportunity to renew itself and put behind us permanently the unfortunate and needless controversies that have dogged us for the last 1 year or so. Mr. Chairman, there are also other subsidiary recommendations which we have made. Let me say that I've had an opportunity to share these thoughts, not only with members of our committee who are all in support. So many members of our committee would have been here presenting this report because we all feel passionate about the need to engender peace to enable us to move forward in this party. And because of the unfortunate issues about closure of airports, so many of them have had to leave after the meetings. But Mr. Chairman, I've shared these thoughts of our committee with so many stakeholders and leaders and opinion leaders. And let me report that all leaders of our party are eager, are actually impatient to see all of us come together so that once again, our big and strong and all-embracing umbrella can fly very high and cover all Nigerians and once again represent the hope of the peoples of Nigeria. Mr. Chairman, I want to thank you, particularly for according us this audience at this very short notice, and hope and pray that you and your team will give consideration to our humble suggestions, which, as I said, are not cast in gold, but which are made in good faith. It's our prayer that it's our hope also that if these suggestions are faithfully implemented in good faith and with sincerity of purpose on all sides and by all, that our party in no distant time, with your commitment to holding a fresh convention as soon as possible, our party will in no distant time renew itself and once again be the political platform of choice in our country. Thank you very much.
Made our party flag fly in Port Harcourt recent election. This election was one of the most difficult elections I've ever seen. But be a general as it is, because of the love and support he enjoyed from his people, he came out successful, and the flag of the PDP flew again in Bayelsa State. Your Excellency, when the neck of this party met and appointed you and all your members, the neck of the party were not unmindful of the tax before you. A big party, one of the biggest parties in Africa like this, that whether we like it or not, we will always bound to have disagreement, but the way and manner we resolve our disagreement speaks volume of it. And all the members of the party are sure that you are competent, you are able, and you enjoy the respect of all the leaders. I always tell you, whenever, he is my neighbor by the way, whenever I see arrests of cars parked from Maiduguri, Yobe, Katsina, Sokoto, Imo, I know that the George General is in town. He has a friends, one person that has a friends across Nigeria, a most detailed, pluralized governor. He can tell you as it is. You can like him, you will dislike him, you will take it or leave it. But the truth, the George General will tell you and go. That's why the party decided to give you that responsibility. I want to assure you, and I want to repeat what I've always said. The victory in Court of Appeal is not the victory for Ali Sharif or Ahmed Bakarfi. It is victory for all the members of the PDP. There is no winner. There is no loser. All of us are winners. And I also say that I will not run for the chairmanship of this party. I repeat again, I will not run. Your Excellency, I want to assure you, I know before you and your committee will make a recommendation. You will make all the widest consultation that is possible before you come up with this. We will look at this recommendation and we will call a press conference very soon and tell Nigerians that as we receive this recommendation, we will give response to all Nigerians vis-a-vis your recommendation. There are no, looking at what you are proposing, in my mind, you have taken all the stakeholders of the party into consideration. Every section, governors, senators, House of Reps, chairman, zonal chairman, House of Assembly. There is no section of the party that was left behind. Even we, as party, as people who you have given responsibility to run your party, we will not do better than this recommendation of this. Therefore, we will sit down, and I'm sure nobody, we will come back. First, we'll report to you our findings, and we will tell Nigerians we are receiving. Now, all Nigerians knew that our reconciliation committee chairman and his members have submitted their recommendation. So we have been put on the wall to face Nigerians. And I want to assure you, we will tell Nigerians the outcome of this year's recommendation, and we will read to them whatever amendments that we made. All Nigerians will know. But I want to assure you, we will implement it faithfully. This party belongs to all of us. This party is Nigerian party. This party is party that every Nigerian is putting his aspiration on it. Therefore, we will not be party to destruction of this party. We will be party to resolution, amicable resolution of this party, and we will also be guided by this recommendation that you put. Your Excellency, distinguished members of the press, we have listened to one of our most senior governors, chairman of our reconciliation committee, leader of the IJOS. That's why I call him IJO General. He has given us a proposal which has with wider consultation, and sooner than later it will come out. I want to assure you, for us, even if it's to conduct convention on 1 month, if it will permit, we don't have any problem. We are interested in that the right thing should be done. Party should be given to the honors. No one person should sit down and say that he has a monopoly and wisdom of all PDP and pretend that it must be his way. If it is the will of the leaders of the party, everybody will abide by it. We are leaders because you agree for us to be leaders in the first place. And if the leaders also make a suggestion, we'll follow. Members of the press, leaders of our party, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, very soon, thank God, normally Wednesday is our meeting, and we will meet and we will communicate to each other before we tell Nigerians. We'll give you the respect of communicating to you and before we speak to Nigerians. Thank you very much and God bless you.